fantastic caverns. Ready to go on down the road to the cavern.
You should take a picture of that one.
That's a cute little ride.
Oh, it's right here.
Damn it, Jody should say, here's a camper for you.
Guys, there's the cave in front of us. What do you think?
Awesome.
Nice, isn't it?
Wow.
Anybody know what that machine is right there? It cuts wood. No, it don't do that. It burns wood.
Moonshine?
It's a steam-powered generator, guys.
okay.
That is the steam engine right there. You'd put wood down here in the bottom, get a good fire going. There'd be water in the top half. It'd boil that water into steam. Run down the pipe, turn that piston, turn that wheel. Run that generator, guys. Nobody around here in 1887 had ever seen a light bulb before, so the owner of the cave bought that, put them Thomas Edison lights all through the cave. People came from about 50 miles around, paid a nickel to go in the cave. They didn't want to see the cave, they wanted to see what that light bulb thing was all about. Well, if you've got a steam-powered engine, you got to have what on it? A steam-powered whistle. Just blows and goes. My wife says I do the same thing. Guys, we're going to get your picture here taken at the next stop. We learned about 3 or 4 years ago it's a whole lot easier to identify the bodies if we lose anybody if we have pictures, huh?
I like this guy. It's funny.
Wouldn't be a bad job, would it?
That'll be pretty fun. You don't kill anybody, you get sued. Watch your heads.
This looks like I got Morty first kid. I gave him my own poison. Huh? We don't have any creatures. We went in here.
I'm sure this is all like pre-prepared and
All right, guys, this lovely lady up here on the passenger side, her name's Sarah. Everybody say, hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
She's going to take our picture.
Alrighty, I'm gonna take it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Cheese! Thank you.
Thank you much, Miss Sarah. Guys, there is a few low spots in the cave. If you look up here where my light's at in front of me, that's where I lost my hair at about 3 weeks ago.
Did you find it?
Yeah, I still find the pieces of it up there. If we drive by there and you see a few hanging down, grab them so I can put them back on later. Anyway, guys, I'll point out the low spots. You'll figure out what to do after the first or second. Watch your head right here, guys. Look, there's one.
Oh dang, Daniel. Oh, I'm getting wet.
Guys, here on the driver's side in front of me, there's a good old Missouri almanac.
Oh, yep. Thought it was gonna be dank. In more ways than one. I'm getting wet, guys. It's real misty. Turn down the brightness for y'all. It looks like this in real life.
Traffic jam. Guys, this cave is alive and growing, and it grows by water. So if you get dripped on, oh well. It's just a natural process. Guys, over here on the passenger side, you see these cages? You're going to see those all through the cave. That's where we catch them wild Tupperware bowls at. We got one right there. Tell you what, the bowls are easy. It's them lids that are hard to catch. Anyway, you're going to see them all through the cave. The scientists are doing an evaporation experiment. It's above my pay grade, so they don't tell me much more than that, guys. Anyway, there's only 4 ride-through naturally formed caves on Earth. This is the only one in North America. There's one in France, one in Barbados, and one in Slovenia. So if any of you guys are planning on catching a plane and going down to the one in Barbados, I'd like to hitch a ride with you. But, well, you guys are going to be quiet. Guys, over here on the driver's side, during the Depression in the 1930s, nobody was making any money down here. People weren't paying to come in the cave, so the owner of the cave put about 10 garden spots like this all through the cave. Anybody know what they might have been growing down here? Mushrooms. Mushrooms, that's the answer. They grew the button top kind of mushrooms, the kinds you get on top of pizzas today. Took about a year to grow, so they staggered each one of these gardens about a month apart. That way they had year-round crops every month. They'd pick them, take them to grocery stores, restaurants, people's houses. That's how they survived during the Depression. All right, guys, we're going to head on down here to our next stop. Going to learn how the cave was formed and about the formations, how they come about, and what their names are.
We're under the
You guys
ground,
got any
Brantley.
questions? No? All right.
Yeah.
Well, those things are going on YouTube, but so dang dark. So dang dark. So dang dark. Damn, turn headlights on. Oh, here we go. Oh! Turn the brightness up for you guys. You see what's going on. I'll manually control the brightness for y'all. So if you have bright lighting, just tell me. I'm taking care of the light for it. Let me give you the real light for it. See, it's about this dark in here. I'll turn it up so you guys can see around.
Oh, T-Rex 2. I show you Ceratops.
The ceiling is the ocean floor from a long, long time ago. Central part of the U.S. used to be a shallow ocean. As the land plates pushed together, they lifted the central part of the U.S. up out of the water. The ceiling up there is the ocean floor from that time period, guys. Up in that ceiling, we find seashells, starfish, crocodile creatures been fossilized over the centuries. As the land plates kept pushing together, lifting it up, that ocean floor dried and hardened up. A river started working underneath the ocean floor and carved this cave out, guys. Layer after layer after layer over many, many centuries. You know, guys, right now there's about 30 feet of dirt above us. When it rains up there, the water works its way down through the soil, picks up little pieces of mineral that's in the ground. Most of this cave will be calcite or calcium, same thing your teeth are made out of. Water will come down, hit that ceiling, move around a little bit till it finds a crack, and it'll puddle up on top of those cracks, and then the water starts seeping through there. Every time a little drop of water goes through there, leaves another little piece of mineral. These formations here at this point are called soda straws. The reason they're called soda straws, they're hollow in the center, water runs through the center of it. On average, in this cave, when they get anywhere from about 8 to 12 inches, they'll clog up in the center. Then they turn into what we call stalactites. These here are stalactites. Water now has to run on the outside because the inside's clogged up. Comes down, makes them little pointed little carrot-like look, guys.
That's from the King Kong movie.
Guys, right here where my light's at now, these formations here used to basically be a little baby soda straw section, but these are hundreds of thousands of years older. These here are called curtains or draperies because they look like a curtain or drapery that's been pulled back from a window. That's why they named them.
The window.
Anyway, this formation here, it drips down constantly. If you see them drips coming off here, it drips down onto this stalagmite. The way this stalagmite came about is the water dripping from there, the mineral that didn't stick up there, well, it fell down here, started bubbling up on top of itself, piling up, started growing upward. One day these two will come together somewhere in the middle, and then it will be called a column. But we're not going to stick around to watch it grow. This cave doesn't grow very fast. I'll give you an idea how fast it grows. If I go get an ice cube out of my freezer and set on top of that stalagmite there, let it melt, the amount of water left on top and running down the sides at that point equals about 100 to 125 years of growth. So if you spent your whole lifetime down here, you still wouldn't be able to see any difference. So just imagine how old that is. A couple days old, guys. Over here on the wall looks like a little waterfall. Some people says over here looks like lava. That stuff there is called flowstone. What's happening there, the water's coming from between the ceiling and the wall, comes out between there and flows down the wall. That's how old it is. Scientists have no idea how old the cave is. One said, I'd say if I had to guess, 1 to 2 million years old. Yeah, give yourself a million years to be in there. Anyway, nobody knows if he's right or not. There's no way to test it and prove him right or wrong one way or another. Nobody knows the age of any formation in this cave except for one and only one. And I'm going to talk about it at our next stop. You guys ready to go? Any questions? All right.
Got 4 brothers got trail mix. Trail mix. Let's go. The lights turn off and you stop. Oh. So I personally probably removed the stalagmites.
Whoa, T-Rex toothpaste. A lot of T-Rex tooth.
Apparently, pretty sure that wasn't a T-Rex tooth, dude. Mom, by the way, I'm just saying this one on YouTube. This is for my YouTube channel. That is man-made.
Kind of neat down here.
I wonder where that came from.
Right here where my light's at, I tell everybody we got stalagmites, stalactites, and we got our very own stalactite. That's
Stalactite.
a water well casing put in here in 1941. The owner of the cave marked that spot off there because the guy bought the land across the road from where you parked at. That's where we're at. The owner went and asked him if he could put a well in. He said yes, but I'm going to mark it off because I want to make sure that pipe don't end up in my cave. Well. Guess what? He knew it was going to be about 6 feet on the other side of that wall, so that's where he told the guys that drill the well to drill it, and that's where they put it. He didn't realize it until it was already in, where he missed a little bit. Anyway, that pipe was all black in 41. Now it's all covered in calcite and calcium. And you guys see them little hair-like things hanging down? That's the roots from an oak tree 92 feet above the ceiling. There's 92 feet of dirt above us right now.
Oh, I thought that was his
Anyway,
hair.
guys, you see all them little formations that are starting to grow up here on the ceiling? Those all started growing in 1941 when they punched those holes in there. Now you got to realize back there where I showed you them little baby soda straws, them coming through the ceiling there, they have to go through a little minute crack in that ceiling. These had about 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 inch all the way around them, so they're growing probably 4 to 5, 6 times faster than those back here.
Wow.
But anyway, it took 77 years to grow those formations around that pipe there hanging down. If it took basically one human lifespan to make those formations there, if you look in front of me, guys, I wonder how long it took to grow that one right there. A long, long time, guys. How many people in here has ever seen total darkness before? Raise your hand, please. Well, I got a few cavers in here, about half and half, looks like. Guys, I'm going to pull up here and show you what total darkness looks like. Are you a well, you got a I Love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle hat on.
Ninja Turtle.
Guys, we're going to pull up here in a minute.
I'm going to get copyright.
Okay.
We're about to see
So she's the one
total
that's in love
darkness.
with the teenage mutant.
I'll turn up the brightness and see if you can see through it.
1962, a guy named John Knott homesteaded about 150 acres of land here. He was out hunting with his dog one day, and the dog took up off the side of the hill chasing a small animal and disappeared. Well, John started going up that hill trying to find his dog. He finally found the entrance to the cave behind some brush, a little hole big enough to crawl through on your hands and knees. Crawled back in here about 30 foot, stood up, hollered for the dog, got him, and got out. Now, John didn't tell anybody about the cave until 1867. He run an ad in the Springfield newspaper and said, hey, I'm in the cave. Would anybody like
They
to
live in
explore
the
it?
forest on
12
the
girls
cave.
showed up from Springfield.
The forest is
Brought
on
two
top of it.
candles. Those girls were 13 to 19 years old. They were the very first explorers in this cave, guys.
That's sad.
Anyway, I'm going to pull up here as soon as this Jeep gets by, and I'm going to show you what total darkness looks like. Total darkness is so dark that you take your hand and put it like this and do whatever you want. You won't be able to see your fingers. Hi there, Mike. Hi, guys.
Well, hi there, folks. Hello, everybody. My name is Mark Clutter. Hello, my name is Mark Clutter. I'm gonna turn up the ISO, the brightness of the camera, as high as I can. We're gonna see if I can't see through this total darkness. So we're not gonna be able to see anything, supposedly. I better turn up my brightness now.
Yeah, I was looking up
It's gonna seem really bright. Oh yeah.
I got my minerals here, Jake.
Yeah, no, I don't think you're gonna be able to see through the total darkness. Okay, my brightness on my camera is maxed out.
Guys, I told you about John finding the cave about the 12 girls.
My brightness is maxed
Kind of
out.
interesting down here, isn't it? Guys, I am getting ready to turn the lights out, so if you got anything has light coming from it, please cover it up, turn it off, sit on it, do something. Because if you don't, we can't see total darkness. Now, guys, only got one request. When I turn the lights off, please keep your hands to yourself. I'll tell you what happened down here about 8 months ago, but you don't. On three, guys. 1, 2, 3. Take your hand right now, put it in front of your face, wiggle your fingers.
Can you see me?
You won't be able to see it. Scientists say 40 days in this environment, you go blind. And 12 girls had 2 candles.
Okay.
Anybody like to sign up to go with them?
No, thank you.
What do you think would happen if they got back here and their candle would have went out?
Oh,
Guys, these lights right here, these are replicas of those Thomas Edison light bulbs. That steam-powered generator run those. They were indicated from 1887 to the early 1960s. Look at all the formations over there, all the colors disappeared, just dirty, dark, off shadows. Anyway, in the early 60s, the guy came by and said, hey, let me show you how to make your case look better. So they put these lights in here, guys. Well, guys, we're getting ready to go over 2 sinkholes. The first one's about 20 foot deep, 40 feet across. The second one's about 50 foot deep, about 75 feet across. At the
yay.
bottom of that second sinkhole, you can see an entrance into another cave. That's right, right now we're riding on top of another cave. There's a cave below us that runs about 3.5 miles long, starts out in a bunch of holes up by the Springfield Airport, dumps out about a 1/4 mile off the parking lot where you parked at. You want to go check it out when you leave here. When you go up to the parking lot, stay to the left side, you'll see the sign that says trail. Follow it down about a 1/4 mile and it'll take and show you where that other cave comes in.
My battery's at 39%. I might die through this. I'll start putting on my mom's phone and try some video. It might look like crap. I don't know.
You guys got any questions?
Has any excavation had been done or has it always been done in this
Are we doing have a question.
It's pretty much the same. There's only 2 spots. Well, there's 3 spots in the cave that they had to do any widening. And we're driving on the old dry riverbed. They've just been hauling gravel in here since 1965, piling on there, so it's probably about that deep, or deeper. But as far as, we're gonna turn around down here at one spot, and on this side of the wall, they had to make it a little bit wider to get the Jeeps turned around. Basically, this is all exactly the way it was.
Wow.
Or the rest of the size of the
I
cave.
want to touch everything. What does that feel like?
And
Oh, it's just that weight. I get the chance to touch something. I'm gonna touch it.
But Tia said no touching.
Bear's kind of told Rector's skin. Oh no, no, no. Oh, okay. We got a bridge. We're good.
Wow.
Look at that.
I think I just got a picture before.
If we're over top
I
of
don't want
another
I'm
cave.
not holding my phone over that. I don't want to. My phone will it forever.
Romantic.
That's sinkhole.
Oh dang. Oh no. Oh. Heck no. Heck no. Heck no. Heck. No, don't stop on the bridge. Don't.
Goes down on
Why are you stopping?
Guys, you're on the passenger side. Stand up if you want to. That's about to stop. That is one of the entrances into that other cave below us. It snakes back and forth underneath this one. We're sitting on top of the other side over here. Guys, you can push 9,000 gallons of water a minute through that hole down there. But more than that, trying to get in those sinkholes by the Springfield Airport. Well, the water just starts backing up in here. May before last, we had 12 inches of rain in about 8 hours, which is a lot of rain for here. We had water over this top rail here all the way back where you got your picture taken.
Wow.
Took 7 days before we could get back in here. About another 10 or 12 before it all drained out of the sinkhole. And about 3.5 years before that, we had a lot of rain over a 2.5 week period. We couldn't get back in here for 14 days. But
Wow.
it floods in here about once every 3.5 years on average. Now, a lot of times the sinkhole has water running through it, but it's been dry here. We're in drought season, so you dig down about 6 inches, there's a little trickle of water after that here right now. Right now, there's 2 levels to this cave, but down in that other cave, there's some really good-sized sinkholes down there, and they're full of water. They haven't found a way to drain out yet. When they do, there'll be 3 levels to the cave instead of 2.
That reel's nasty.
In them holes right now, we got 3 different kind of animals that live down there. We got little blind cavefish, about the size of a goldfish. White, kind of translucent color. You pick one up, hold him on his side and look at him, you can see his heart beating in his lungs. There's also a bunch of blind salamanders and a bunch of blind crayfish.
Salamanders? I want
Anyway,
to find this.
they all live down there in total darkness. They don't have any eyes, and don't need to have any. You can't see nothing. And they're doing
wonder
their
if
thing,
there are
crawl
any
down there,
dogs or left down there.
check on them, make sure they're doing okay. Well, guys, our next stop back here, we're going to be a half mile back in the cave. It's going to be about 123 foot third above us.
It does
We're going
work
to
on my
watch a short
pants.
film, talks about what a cave is, and
But
you'll
that's
also
okay.
see
They have a
what
movie theater. Oh, that'd be cool.
About 30 yards on the back side of that movie screen, there's a white light, and that's the end of this upper cave system. So after we see the movie, we're going to have to turn around, backtrack, go to a room called the auditorium room, guys. But right now, it's time to go to the Hillbilly Drive-In.
You know how cool it'd be to watch Star Wars in a cave? Indiana Jones in a cave. We should watch Indiana Jones in a cave. Now that would be good. Watching Indiana Jones in a cave would be real fun. Just think about that, watching Indiana Jones in a cave. I think that'd be great. You remember? trying to get copyright. I should probably stop. Oh, I can't stop singing. Oh, there's the hillbilly drive-in.
Guys, we'll be only last about 5 minutes, not very long, but I noticed it's my break time right now. I'll be back in about 20. So.
Okay. Okay. I'm good with that. I'm good.
Right? What do you see? See you later.
We're doing some water sampling here at the Spring to Dreams Fantastic Caverns. These are some of our samplers. A spring is the drainage point for a cave system. What I want to do today is give you a look at the whole drainage system, and it's going to be a good day for doing it because we have had a lot of rain the past couple of days. Why the spring is so large. Water goes into the cave system through things like sinkholes and then moves through the cave and discharges here at the spring.
He needs a drink, Weston.
It's about 9,000 gallons a minute, and every bit of that goes through Fantastic Caverns. About 3/4 of the runoff water in the Ozarks moves through the cave system. We're a mile from the spring here at a vertical entrance into the Fantastic system.
This is one of the most open sinkholes in the whole Fantastic Cavern system. It's so open, in fact, the walnuts, the wash in here, make it all the way through the cave. I could do without all the drips, I think, but that's the way the water gets in.
And of course, that's not only does water get in that way, that's the way food gets in for the cave animals and contaminants get in too. I believe the jeeps get in some way other than that, though. Off road. Off road. The cave is here because limestone can be dissolved by water. This piece of limestone weighs about a pound. There is this much limestone dissolved in every 1,000 gallons of water discharging from the spring today. You can imagine the enormous volumes of water in long periods of time required to form the cave. Basically, a cave is a drained spring system. Since caves are part of spring systems, storms can flood them and make them dangerous. This isn't your normal Ozark boat trip.
We're going to turn around and go back the other way.
The fish, the crayfish, and most of the other cave animals are tiny, white, and blind. Although they spend their entire lives in the cave, they depend on the surface for their food. When contaminants come in from the surface, they threaten the life here. With cave systems, whatever goes down comes up. Pollution threatens all life. By studying groundwater and by working to protect its quality, we can protect the beauty of the cave and preserve our quality of life.
that is the end of the movie. Like I said, we're gonna backtrack a little bit and go to a room called the auditorium room, guys. Any questions? Alright, we're gonna head on down, guys.
Oh, I should have live streamed this. It'd be much funner than make a video and upload it.
Yeah, Mommy, feel this.
Forget you could live stream
Mommy,
the camera on the
feel
phone.
something.
Should have done that instead of upload.
Right here.
Then again, I am in a cave, so that's no 4G actually. Yeah, no, I don't have any service. Live streaming wouldn't work. Anyway. Zoom back down. I could take a couple Snapchats on here, but I'll probably just send this video to Maddie and tell her to watch it.
She saw.
Going back over the sinkhole, this time on the left, not the right, because you know we had to turn around. Left side's still pretty deep though. Yeah, I'll raise this thing. Buttons up there, turn lights on and off of that. Oh, this is just a random fire extinguisher. That ruins the immersion. I get all the light from the immersion on me.
What do you think?
Good.
Is it cool?
Oh, what? T-Rex fossils.
Maybe. There could be fossils. He said there's fossils in the ceiling.
Oh, I was
That might be a fossil over there. Look at that. Is that a troll?
He said there's a wolf. Is that a wolf?
No, walls.
Oh.
Walls. This popcorn is very salty, isn't it?
Is that salt?
Mom, there's this thing called the Jungle Boat Cruise in Disneyland, and what it is basically this. This way, they have it lines to say, but they have their own humor onto it. I think Junior's probably the funniest one here.
What's the juice run off? You think the juice run off?
Probably another piece of gum.
Now we have a couple.
Traffic jam under Green. We ain't got in there yet.
Oh, my, they killed themselves somewhere. Welcome to YouTube. Mom, you know your gum just starts to dissolve if you leave it in there for a while? I just had to pop a new piece to dissolve. Do you remember? Dancing in September. Hey, water! Whoa. That's some clear water for being a cave. This isn't on traps or anything. Just a little thing to follow.
Mommy, look,
Actually
it's
driving around the cave.
a crocodile lounge. Look.
Think so?
Guys up here on the passenger side where the first few floors sign their names.
Look at the thing. It's gonna turn up the brightness so y'all can see.
Guys right here on the passenger side from me, that rock there, we named it Surprise Rock.
And I just got a big splash of water on my back. Is that you, Winston? Did you spit on my back?
Yeah.
Nah, you didn't.
No.
I got a big splash of water on my back.
Guys, this is the auditorium room. Guys, that stage was built in 1961, but before that, in the 1920s, during the time called Prohibition, that was the time it was against the law to have alcohol, period. Well, you know, a bunch of old hillbillies, they brewed theirs out in the timber there, and they came down here and partied at night. They had a bar went all the way across there. Piano over here, this whole area right here was a big wooden dance floor, tables set up against that wall. Over here on this side of the cave, they gambled. Everything went great down here from 1921 to 1924. One night in 1924, two brothers got in a fight over a girl, and well, one brother shot and killed the other one. That's when the sheriff finally shut the place down. It was noted he was pretty upset with those boys because he had to find somewhere else to go at night time. You guys ever go to Branson?
Yeah.
You know where Branson started at, don't you?
No.
Well, it started right here on this stage, guys.
Mommy, did I go?
Guys, right here, this stage was built in 1961. There was a group called the Ozark Mountain Playboys played here from 61 to 73. They moved to Branson in the early 70s, changed their name to the Presleys. Grandpa used to be a guide here and played and sang up here at night. Back in the 60s, early 70s, the old-time country singers, Tom T. Hall, Bobby Baird, Ray Price, Buck Owens, all them, every time they come through this area, they played on that stage right there. The last concert Buck Owens had down here, he had over 700 people in the cave. The rest couldn't get in. That's when the Presleys decided to move to Branson. And these guys have been playing together off and on for years, so they just followed them down there. So that's what started all that mess down there. There's over 200 shows and attractions you can go to down there now. I think that's going to catch on one day and be big. I remember when there was one gas station on that whole 76 Boulevard. That's right, I'm old. The acoustics are phenomenal here, and there was a lady asked me if she could sing when she came down here because she heard that good. What are you going to sing for us, man?
You're going to sing?
What do you guys want to sing?
Going to sing?
Going to sing Happy Birthday, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star?
Pony.
Pony. Sing the pony.
We'll sing the pony song.
You sing that.
Well, any other ladies you'd like to sing? I'd ask a lot of men, but I heard them. I heard a few sing. Will you get? Well, sing it for us. Sing it loud. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You know, when them guys came down here and played, they didn't bring in the amplifier. They throw you clear out of the cave. They had to come down here and sing without them. But like I said, if you could hear her, think about them country singers been singing all the time. They've had opera down here. They've had a little bit of everything you can imagine down here at one time or another. We're probably about 30 feet. we're starting to come back out of the cave. We drove into that hillside on across the other side of the road. We stayed basically level, but that hill's going up in the air. So the farther back we went, the deeper it got. Now it's going to start.
You want to go
getting
sit
out
with
on the
Daddy
way
and
back.
Peppy?
Anyway, next room's called the breakdown room. Any other questions?
Scooch this way.
At one time, this used to be, they had it scheduled as a ball-out shelter, but that's long. Back in the 60s, it's not that way anymore. I guess they figured if you get good now, you can just blow them. What's your question, young lady? Nope, I'm heading that way now, sweetie. She's wanting to get out of here.
Break it down. Welcome to YouTube. Come on, channel What Mental 5. You already know it because you're watching the video right now. This video doesn't get uploaded. It might not. I don't know. I'm having issues uploading on the phone. I usually live stream, but as I said, I have no data down here, so I cannot live stream. I'm upping the brightness so you guys can see around. Okay.
You're on the driver's side here. You might need to watch your head. Guys, all the way down through here on the driver's side. See that dark spot? Somebody didn't duck. It gets lower. Woo, there's my hair.
Dang, it's real close. Oh, dang. Don't lose your hat, Leslie. Real dark down here right now. I don't remember coming through this area.
We just went down another area. That's pretty.
Guys, this here's a breakdown room. All this stuff right here, well, it used to be up there. Ceilings fell in. There's once, there's twice, there's 3 times, guys. But we don't worry about it falling anymore because this column here in front of us, well, it's got it all supported now. You know, guys, when we go through this little opening right here, be sure to look up at the ceiling. If you're taking pictures, good place to take a picture.
I just got dripped on my head. I've only been dripped on like 10 times. It's not bad. One big drip on my back. There's a thing there.
Look up at the ceiling, guys.
Don't let it kill you. Feels like rock. If I get a chance to touch anything weird looking, I'm totally doing that. Oh, we're gonna hit that. No, we're not. Okay, what is there? Oh, wow. My country doesn't care.
Guys, this room here is called the Hall of Giants. Tell you what, where Kendall's back gone. This is what them 12 girls had, guys. They had 2 of these. We call this the first incandescent light we know of. They're really hard to blow out. No bigger than that candle is, I can blow it out if I start twirling it. But usually, it will not go out.
Incandescent.
That's one of the reasons they made them this way. Another reason is you didn't have to worry about a drop of water falling off ceiling on top of that candle. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go down there and show you how the girls saw these formations in '67. I'll turn the lights on and show you how we see them today. And I should be back in about 20 minutes.
Okay. See you then.
And both ways, can't
I'm taking a nap.
My candle ain't working very good. You can put that almost twice as much light. I can't believe that. You imagine those 12-year-olds down here walking around checking these out the first time?
Yeah, 2 hours.
How long were they down here? 7.5 hours, they said.
Dang.
They went back to the first sinkhole and stopped.
Some bright eyes.
Guys, this is basically the way they've seen these formations in 1867. I wonder what they'd think if they seen them like we do today.
Oh, dang.
I'd rather see them that way, wouldn't you? Yeah. Everything in here is still growing. This is being filling up from the ground up. One day that'll just be one gigantic column instead of two. Probably looks a whole lot like that gigantic column there. Or that one back over there, guys.
Face.
Hey, you drink?
It does seem warmer on this side than it did.
Yeah, I mean, I can
Hey, you guys ever watch Scooby-Doo growing up?
Yeah?
You ever seen the one on Scooby-Doo? It's got a face of a ghost like that one right there.
Yeah, it's like almost every
Looks
episode.
just like it. Yeah, it does.
That's real funny.
Well, hey guys, all the rest of the way out of the cave on the passenger side is a really good places to take a picture. There's a spiral staircase on the other side of that one. A lot of good picture taken here. But guys, there's a couple things we need to go over. If you're on the driver's side, you guys need to look across at the person sitting on the other side on the passenger side. And guys, you're on the passenger side, you need to look across over here on the driver's side at the person sitting across from you. You look over and just don't like them, it's a real good time to try to trade seats with somebody, I'm telling you. You guys been wondering when that breath mint moment time was? We're at it.
I've had gum in my mouth the entire time, so.
Well guys, you see this little spot right up here where my light's at? When I drive by there, the ceiling's gonna be about this high right here.
Oh.
That means you all are gonna get to meet and greet that person over there, whether you want to or not. That's why I warned you, if you don't like them, it'd be a good time to move, because you're gonna be in their space here in a minute, guys. Right after that low spot, guys, all the way out of the cave on this side over here, good picture taking.
Well.
Here we go, guys, limbo time. It's not that bad.
Suck it in.
I'm too fat for this.
You might want to sit on the floor.
Get down the ground.
I'm not kidding, guys. It's gonna get low.
Gonna get low, low, low.
There's that spiral. Another good lot of everything through here.
Oh, you don't have to get that low. Nice.
Well, you guys want me to stop?
Yeah, keep going. We're good.
Guys, right here on the driver's side by my head, another surprise rock. It will surprise you.
Oh, dang, look at that. Came out of nowhere. That's cool.
Scientists say that's 100 million year old.
Has anyone ever gotten married in the cave?
Yeah, they don't do that anymore though, but they used to. Guys, right over here is where where you first stand up. The dog ran through there chasing an animal. John stood right over there. He wouldn't come any farther because he knew caves had ghosts in them. He wasn't coming in. The girls went through there, and that's where they started their journey at.
Wow. Oh, well, look at that.
Guys, I'll show you what's left of the original entrance when I pull out here. So guys, you need to watch your head from the doorway all the way out. One more time, guys.
Oh, here we go.
Watch your head, guys.
Oh. No, got me again.
Well, would you look at that?
You get that one
We've been down there like an hour.
Come in the huge hole and come out a small one.
Right here looks like that hillside dropped down about 70 feet there. 20s, they dug all that out under there and above there, dug it out and put that retaining rock. 60s, they backfilled all this in to get the Jeeps in and out. Right over here is where the original opening was, guys, right up against that wall there. Crawl back in there about 30 feet on your hands and knees, guys.
You gonna go do that?
Well, guys, I don't have pictures of our first explorers, but I do of our latest.
The head's
Let you
already
guys
dirty,
sit
so-
on here if you would for a little bit.
Or just create the wall.
Hey, look us. I see.
Oh.
Now, guys, I always tell my boss he ought to give you guys these pictures, but he keeps telling me if he did that he'd have to lower his standard of living. And he said he's just barely getting along now.
Where am I?
That was a real good spot to laugh at, believe me. If you'd like to purchase a picture, they are $12 each. If you'd like to purchase one you got cash, you can pay me here. If you got a credit or debit card and we pull up here, I'll take you up top after everybody unloads, take care of it there.
Well,
Yeah.
Anybody like to purchase a picture with cash?
sure, we let
You can
Do we
start
want it?
smiling. I don't want nothing
Shut it
but
down.
pictures.
I don't smile. No, I don't smile.
I guess we want one, but I mean, I'm not paying for it. You pay for it. Not my money. Save my money. I'm not.
Save your money, of course.
I'm not paying for a picture.
Sounds like Alex.
Too, it's $8 and you get reimbursed for that. Bag right here.
Did you eat them?
Yeah.
Then you did good.
Got some stale licorice left in here.
I want a big greasy cheeseburger.
Oh, that sounds really good.
I someone barbecue. I got screwed on that yesterday.
No, we're not doing barbecue.
You may have cheeseburger too.
Guess I got shut down on that idea.
I don't like fish food.
My boss sent me down here and said, "I'll take this and not give me change for a $20 bill."
For some reason, I really want chicken
It's
nuggets.
not gonna happen, Pete. I think I got something, and I know Alex does.
What?
Money.
Is all you got 20?
He said it's not gonna happen.
No, his boss didn't send him with no change, so he's got change.
I can't break 100. Just hang with me. I'll take you in here. We will go upstairs.
Tell them just keep the change.
Change. I'm not dependable. Anybody else like a picture?
We'll pay it upstairs.
Have you got a card or cash?
Card.
Okay. Just hang with me when we get everybody unloaded and we'll
see?
go up there.
Guys,
There you go, young lady.
thank you very much.
There you are.
You good? Did you guys want one? All right, guys, I gotta go down here. Close the door, turn the light off. I come back, you got any other questions, you can ask me, then we'll head up top.
Okay.
Cool, huh?
I like the temperature down there.
Well, if I
What'd
had
you
an
call?
account, I'd be getting lots of ad revenue. This is a 60-minute long video. And I'm not big on doing
They
cuts.
said it takes 55 minutes. One.
Well, would you look at it's exactly
I'm definitely
55.
need that reimbursement now.
Here's yours.
You turned around there. How has it been explored?
All the way back to the white light has been, there's a wall there, there's a rock there, it's cave. And no, we don't go back there because if you was walking back there, you'd be up to mud almost to your knees. You can't even, they don't do anything back there because of that. It's just too wet all the time.
Are there any accidents?
Do what?
Now that we are out, have there been any accidents?
No, not that I know of. We did have a lady one time that was driving that she put the Jeep up in park, she said, and she didn't shut the engine off, which you're mandatory to do. She got out of the Jeep and walked around and it popped into neutral somehow. Now, it did hurt her. Okay, thank you. That's the only person I know's ever been injured in here, you know, besides me and my hair. Guys, we got to pull up here. We thank you for being here. Hope you enjoyed yourself a little bit. We ask everybody to remain seated till I pull up here. I'll put a step down for insurance purposes. You can then unload and I will get the door for you guys. Guys, appreciate you being here today. I had a fun time taking you through the cave.
Thank you. I come back just to talk to him. He's fine. I like him. I wouldn't come back to the tour. I'd come back to talk to Julia.
Well, I'm glad you didn't see the bottom and have these roads you come around on that river. All right, guys, I'll grab that step for you real quick. Hope y'all have safe travels on your journey. Hope everything works out great for you tonight. We'll have to wait till everybody gets
See, I'm trying to stay right there. There's a pause button. Or the pause it, play, whatever I want. See, on this one I have to stop the video and the video and edit it together, and I'm doing it.
Kind of feels like a plane then wait. Feels like a plane wait.
Yeah.
School bus.
I've been on the school buses lately.
Yeah. Plane wait is all over.
Man, I think I could have spent that entire hour sitting down playing a video game. But instead I was outside. That's impressive. Oh, my arm hurts. I've been holding this camera like this for the last hour. Now my hand hurts.
Hey, give me 5, buddy.
Too slow.
Whoa, dude. Give me 5, buddy. Guys, have a great day.
My hand feels so weird because I've been holding this camera for like an hour like this. Yeah. Look at that red. Hurts your hand. And that
What you
camera.
guys headed today?
We passed the road all day yesterday.
I'm gonna go get something in the gift shop. Okay, I guess I don't need to go to the gift shop. I don't. No, I mean I kind of want to go to the gift shop, but I mean.
I thought you wanted a take-home gift that you were planning on.
I do. Do you don't think I wanted like a piece of amethyst as a souvenir? Then I have video for souvenirs, so. Hit me over there with that. You gonna gun? Jesus. Guy's nuts. I need to know if we're gonna walk around this trail or not, because I need to know if we're gonna. I want to stop recording.
Yeah, we're
done? Okay.
I'd be a big hiker if I didn't have Dad and 2 kids and a grumpy grown adult.
You! Dumb butt. Anyway.
Exit 320, let's go to the cave. I could have done the 2 night
And
trip
then
for
the
sure.
dog is dead.
Where are you so impatient for? Where do you have to go?
Home.
What are you gonna do at home?
Nothing.
Well,
Exactly.
nothing here.
We came in down. I wonder.
Memories, Weston, get it.
I wonder what they would say if I went down that trail and I walked.
Memories of plenty.
What would they say if I went down there and walked into the cave?
Yeah, quit acting like that and get your hand out of your pants.
What would they say if I just walked into the cave and then jumped in a Jeep?
You take your picture in the Jeep?
Salamander. Anyway, guys, that's all for this video. I'm not gonna do any cuts. This video is an hour and 1 minute long. It's impressive. I don't think you're allowed to get in that.
Yes, you can.
Fine. Okay, guys. Bye.